Hello, my friends, and today marks 2 years since the beginning of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Unfortunately, lately, every day we see a large amount of bad news. So, today I'd like to start with at least one piece of good news. Yesterday evening, Ukrainian military intelligence reported a downed A-50U reconnaissance aircraft over the Krasnodar Krai.
The destroyed A-50U is a new modernized Russian version of the aircraft. The cost of such a vessel, of which the aggressor state has only a few, is $350 million, the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine reports.
Great job! It's hard to imagine what will happen when the Ukrainian armed forces get aviation and long-range missiles, so I think the Russians won't be very happy. So the means by which this plane was shot down are currently unknown. So this information remains secret for now. Russians generally think that their own air defense system shot down their plane again. So now let's move on to the situation along the front line, starting with the Bakhmut direction. So due to the intense pressure, the Russians are managing to advance further here. And the moment when we'll have to defend Chasiv Yar is getting closer. So not all maps have been updated in this part of the front yet. But one map does show that the occupiers have advanced by 1.5 kilometers. So visually, we can see that the occupiers have reached the outskirts of Ivanivska and active fighting is ongoing for the village. Unfortunately, the initiative here lies with the occupiers. So despite the Ukrainian armed forces successfully destroying them, they are still gradually advancing further. In the Avdiivka direction, the occupiers conducted 9 attacks in a day and are attempting to gain control over Sieverne, Pervomaiske and Lastochkyne. Yesterday, they captured Svatove and advanced 1.5 kilometers. Unofficial statements have begun to surface that Sieverne is also under Russian control. So if this is officially confirmed, it means that practically every day we are losing a populated area, which is very sad. So across the entire front line, there is a maximum number of shelling incidents from both artillery and aviation. According to the occupiers, their main goal here, after capturing Avdiivka, is to reach the Karlivske Reservoir, which is approximately 7 kilometers from the furthest front line. In the Marinka direction, their occupiers are also actively advancing. So there were 31 attacks recorded here in a day. After capturing the village of Pobeda, they are trying to expand their success across the fields. So the situation is very challenging. And their main task here is to reach Kurakhove, which is currently 9.5 kilometers from the furthest front line. In the Novoieheorivka area, difficult battles and a large number of shelling incidents are also ongoing. So the front line remains unchanged for a day and the battles continue. In the Vuhledar direction, the occupiers have ceased attacks and today only shelling incidents are recorded. So previous attacks on Zolotyne 1 didn't bring them any success, so the front line remains unchanged. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, Russian aggressors continue to assault Robotyne from 2 sides, attempting to regain control of the village. Additionally, shelling incidents persist, but they didn't achieve any success in the past day. the front line remains unchanged. In the Kherson direction, shelling of the right bank continues, and the situation in the settlement of Marinka remains challenging. The occupiers shell this stronghold, trying to push the Ukrainian forces out from the left bank. However, according to the latest reports, our units are still stationed here, so Russian war correspondents describe the situation this way.
Today ours stormed 5 times. Or according to Teplinsky's newspeak, ours cleared the enemy's bridgehead in the village of Krinky 5 times. The mopping up of the village of Krasnodar was carried out by groups from the 328th, 337th Airborne Rifle Divisions, 104th Airborne Assault Rifle Brigade and 144th Motorized Rifle Brigade from 3 directions with active support from artillery and mortars. So far, unsuccessfully. Our troops were forced to retreat to their original positions. The enemy continues to actively use FPV drones, electronic warfare and high-precision artillery.
It's also reported that yesterday evening the Ukrainian forces shot down another Su-34 in the Henichesk district. A video confirming its destruction emerged online. However, the Russian reaction to the downing of several aircraft yesterday is quite reassuring.
No way. What kind of liberal stuff are you posting?
Now, let's move on to the Luhansk direction. Today, the General Staff doesn't report any Russian offensive actions in the area of Siversk. However, yesterday evening, there was a report that the occupiers resumed their attack in the vicinity of the village of Vesele.
The orcs, with the support of armored vehicles, launched an attack along the railway northeast of Vesele. According to the geofencing of the drone footage, the enemy advanced up to 150 m in depth.
We are awaiting official confirmation. In the direction of Kreminna, the occupiers failed to make progress near Yampolivka, and today attacks are only reported in the area around the village of Terny. Shelling continues at the previous intensity, but overall the situation remains unchanged. In the Svatove area, the occupiers shelled Novoieheorivka and Berestove, but no new attacks are currently reported. In the Kupiansk direction, battles continue for Synkivka. The occupiers aimed to capture Kupiansk, but have been stuck in Synkivka so far. Shelling along the front line persists, and there have been no changes in the past day. Meanwhile, Zelenskyi, in an interview with Fox News, stated that Ukraine is preparing a new counteroffensive aimed at building on the success of the Ukrainian forces in the Black Sea, with surprises awaiting Russia.
That's one thing. We are speaking about counteroffensive. Of course, it's very important and it's moving you to peace closer, but to defend Ukraine against such big army like Russia, it's also big task, big challenge. You remember, and you remind today, that first days of the war, nobody in the world really believed that we will do it. And today, sometimes we are, and also in Congress, we are speaking, and some guys, we have good relations because we met a lot of times. They say, so when we will finish the war, when we will win, why so slowly, and etc. We have not forget people's lives. Without them, if we want to be very quick, but we will lose a lot of people without very concrete counteroffensive operation with details. Because these people, if we will lose these soldiers, we will lose everything. With any technology, we will lose everything. And that means that to defend, that the task number one, then to continue our successful story on the Black Sea, and we will do it. I will not now go deeply to details, but they will get some surprises. I mean, Russians. Yeah, that's very important. So south is very important to defend east, where they have more than 200,000 soldiers, also very important to defend. And of course, we will prepare new counteroffensive, new operation. And of course, it's not, I'm not speaking that we will just stay. Of course, it depends on a lot of things. Yeah, some John shouted that. So will Ukrainians survive without Congress support? Of course, but not all of us. And if we understand this price...
And that's all from me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.